Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana is currently trying to generate an upside reversal, I would say. So we are dealing here with the larger time frame on the Solana chart, the daily chart. It is a chart that we analyze with the Elliott wave method. So the Elliott wave method is a sentiment-based market analysis method. If you're interested in learning more about that, we will, just subscribe if you haven't done so already. We talk about cryptocurrencies and Elliott wave here every single day. So it's a sentiment-based market analysis method, which means that it tells us a lot about how the social mood is shifting, okay, and what are the levels where sentiment should change, for example, from fear to greed and back, because fear and greed are the two emotions that really move the markets, beyond everything else. I mean, there is a lot of underlying stuff, there are news, there's a lot that can move the markets, people say, but essentially it all comes down to emotions, and it's all fear and greed. And if you think about it, whatever you talk about, whatever any concept, oh, that was a news event and whatever, it all comes down to sentiment. Because if the news event wouldn't affect market sentiment, people wouldn't make any, it's all about sentiment, because only with the right sentiment people make this or that decision. So that's why Elliott wave is so powerful, because it can give us the levels where sentiment has a good chance to shift. Of course, on a smaller time frame, this is more of a micro perspective. On a larger time frame, we have the more meaningful patterns. This here is the daily chart, and more, as I said, more meaningful patterns. The current idea is that a larger degree wave 4, which is a corrective pullback, completed in August. A wave 4 corrects the progress that was made in the third wave before, and in this case, this third wave topped in March 2024. The third wave is typically the wave, the rally in a cycle where most people feel FOMO, the so-called fear of missing out. They get very hyped. They maybe have missed to buy the low, and then they have to chase. And again, every wave, from an Elliott wave point of view, leads to a certain emotion, or actually is characterized rather by a certain emotion. So there's a lot of frustration in a wave 4, we all know it. And the fifth wave can be characterized by euphoria sometimes, especially the last bit. This is when people say it can never go down anymore, right? You are crazy. How could Solana go down to $50? It's impossible. And they forget about how it was in the bear market. So this is just fifth wave is characterized by this kind of stuff. We don't really have euphoria yet. We have something similar. I think it's sort of the market is nervous. But then there are many people who think, it will go to 500, 1,000. I mean, 500 isn't even unrealistic. I have that as a target. But what I'm highlighting is that imagine we go up here. I mean, this is where really euphoria will kick in, right? This is when people will think it's going to go to 1,000. And it can happen. And this is all about where common sense comes in. We go with the trend. All we identify are key levels where sentiment can shift. So what we're watching for here is one more high. And as I said, I'm not going to confirm a top just because we reach a target. I'm going with the trend. That's, as I said, where common sense comes in. We go with the trend until the market breaks below one of these boxes, which are a mathematical representation of market sentiment. But for now, I'm still looking for higher prices. In this fifth wave, we also expect to see 5 waves. We've seen a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and we'd like to see one more high, which would be an ABC structure based on, how this diagonal structure, that's how it's called, would normally unfold. And this C wave is still expected. It could reach the area between $360 and $490. So this is what we are watching for. And the question is, do the bulls generate enough upside momentum from down here to start that move? What I would really like to see next as a first confirmation that a low has formed in what I'm calling a B wave. And by the way, the trend line can offer support, and the area between $162 and $178. I would like to see a break here, 1 second, above this last swing high located around 244 $245. So unless the price does that on a daily time frame, I don't really have a good confirmation that the next move up has started. Rather, one more low is likely. In this case, you can watch the $162 level. Below that, I think the $100 area could be a relevant target area. So before we dive into the micro patterns, make sure that you follow us on our main channel as well, MCO Global. It's linked in the video description. There'll be another video today. I plan to do one video a day, maybe sometimes every couple of days. This is different content to what you know from Morecryptoonline. This is our channel where all the insights come together: stocks, cryptos, different asset classes, stuff that moves the markets, that moves people, geopolitical content. We want to talk about the Fed, interest rates, things like that. So check it out. The link is in the video description. But as I said, it's going to be our main channel from now on. Now, on the Solana chart short term, the price has filled in a very nice ABC structure to the downside. I believe we talked about that yesterday. And I can confirm to you that one more low seems likely. It might briefly touch the $185 level. It hasn't done that yet. And then rally, but below $185, there is nothing. There's nothing clearly bullish left. Yeah. Please note that this is most likely an A-B structure, and B waves can also go below support. It's generally something that is important to understand, that B waves are typically not respecting Fibonacci levels that well. So they are the most difficult waves when we know that. Therefore, we can adjust to that from a technical point of view. And the Elliott wave tells us it's a B wave most likely, because the initial rally is only in 3 waves. But either way, we've got still some levels to watch. I mean, it reacted here around the previous swing low, the golden ratio level in this area between the 61.8 retracement at $192 and the 78.6 retracement at $185. One more low is technically possible even in a bullish scenario, but ideally no sustained break below $185. I already posted on Discord earlier today that we have a good reaction from where we would have expected it after 5 waves down in this C wave, because C waves are always 5-wave movements, but we haven't even broken above the first signal line at $204. And then, that's one level on the micro level that needs to be broken. And we don't even have 5 waves yet. So no signal at all that a low is in place, right? Just a local low. But this rejection candle from the signal line indicates we might go a bit lower. So this is something to observe. I'm not convinced yet that a low is in. The next upside level to watch is at 218 and then 244. So that 244, 245 level is the one that I actually mentioned on the daily time frame as well. So nothing has changed really from yesterday and a couple of days ago. This is a support area. Ideally, no sustained break below 185. Ideally, from a bullish point of view, it avoids another low, but I'm not convinced because of the rejection candle, and the rally was only in 3 waves, which is not, it's not clearly bullish yet. Okay, we'll see a lot of nervousness, which again comes down to the area, the larger cycle, sentiment-wise. What are we dealing with? People are nervous. It's not like we're not in a main, in a central third wave anymore where trading is very easy. So that's the update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.